It's just really neat. So like, you know, what do they call it? Like the seven layers of Kevin Bacon or something like that. When you meet somebody, you end
6
up
degrees?
meeting, it said the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, not 7 layers. That's like a burrito, right? Kevin Bacon burrito. So yeah, it's just fascinating because as you meet people, you start meeting other people that they know, and that's really what I want to do with this podcast is just kind of get to know everybody that's done anything in the local Minnesota music scene. So,
Well, I mean, everyone kind of knows each other through either this is my cousin or this is, you know, whoever. I know this person for somewhat. So it's kind of a small scene in a way.
Yeah.
Very diverse. Like I have friends that are in cover bands. I have friends that are in, you know, like folk bands and stuff like that. Do we get out and support each other's show all the time? Not all the time, but you know, you always keep the friendships going with musicians because they're badass people, man.
Yeah.
As much as I make fun of them, because I am one of them, but yeah, it's fun, you know.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's when you make more friends that are in bands, it becomes equally or considerably more difficult every weekend because now you've got 17 friends playing in different places rather than 3 of them.
Dude, that's the worst. When I was living in Fargo, because I lived in Fargo for 40 years of my life, and I moved here 5-6 years ago, something like that, 5 years ago. It was easier because, one, I worked at a bar gig, so, you know, I worked like 3 or 4 days a week, and then I had another 3 or 4 days off. And most of the time, since I was a senior, I got the weekends off if I wanted to, so I could go see my buddies' bands play all the time. Mm-hmm. And I could walk to downtown Fargo. It'd take me like 20 minutes. Whereas for now, where I live in Waverly, to go see a band is just the travel time is a 2-hour venture. Mm-hmm. Hour there, hour back, plus parking and all this stuff. And I recently become sober, so I don't drink anymore. So it's tough to just kind of get out as much as I'd like to. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I still try to support it. And whenever I can, it's just a lot harder. And the older you get too, it fucking sucks, man.
Yeah. Those long drives. I mean, even when you're playing a gig, those long drives just it's not as fun anymore. You know?
No, I mean, there's stuff that I'm excited for and I'll make sacrifices for. But like if there's something happening during a weekday, there's not a chance I'm going to do that. Like the last one I went was Wasp on a Thursday, and that was a fucking nightmare for the next day because I get up at 5:30 in the morning, so we didn't get home till 1 in the morning, so I get 4 hours of sleep, then a long-ass day the next day. But I love Wasp, so that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Like the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
At the Fillmore back in November, I believe that was.
Okay. Yeah, the Fillmore's a pretty nice venue.
Oh, it's not hella fucking cool.
We were just so the last guy that was in here, Wally and I were just talking about like the different sizes of venues. How you used to be able to go like watch Pantera and they would fill up a freaking stadium.
Yep.
But now Pantera would probably play at some place like the Fillmore. I mean, it's just like the crowds. A Testament is coming in. I think they're playing at the Fillmore.
Yep.
In a couple weeks or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, these big mega bands, like how have things changed? And we got real deep and almost a little bit depressing, kind of thinking about what's happening to rock and metal and what the future potentially looks like. Like, is there space? Is there a way for these young up and coming bands who might actually be really freaking good to even be found anymore?
Oh, dude,
because the model has changed.
It is. It's out there. I've only spent a little bit. I've only dipped my toe in the water to like a popular version of the rock and metal scene of like doing the covers and stuff like that. It's good money and stuff like that. A lot of good people, but it wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. So I've mainly stuck in the underground with, you know, the small clubs, the all ages shows, the whatever. There's no money to be had in it, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. But I was just at one of my old guitar students. He was doing an all-ages show at the Flying V.
Which is now right across the street from us.
Yep.
Yeah, I know
awesome
we're
place.
Connected through there, too, and we'll get talking about that a little bit.
But when I went to go check out his band, like, everything is a little different. Like, they don't care about the sound as much anymore or the light show. It's just having a place to play, which is awesome. I mean, real DIY. But they do, like, 10-minute sets, which is wild to me.
Wow.
Like,
there's like 2 songs or 3 songs.
Well, they're writing like shorter songs.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was okay. Like we play a half-hour set, and that's like, okay, that's kind of like the minimum from like our like era of like originals and stuff like that. But for their 10-minute sets, and they have like 9 bands per show or whatnot, there was like 300 kids, man. and they were tearing it up. They were having a blast.
Okay.
And the Flying V is thriving, and I'm all about that because yet again I'll make fun of local music as much as I can because it is a fucking nightmare, but it's cool to see that it's still going. And at the rate of like these kids they're not playing like 3-chord Green Day tunes. They're playing like death metal and slam metal and black metal and this shit, and it's fucking awesome, dude. It's great to see. Like so it's gonna thrive. The scene will never die.
That's encouraging. That's encouraging to hear. So
I didn't believe it till I saw it myself because the shows we play are a lot of 21 plus, or all 21 plus pretty much. So you have your regulars and whatnot, and you have some new people here and there. But I don't remember the last time I've played a show that wasn't like opening for like a national band where like the crowd is just packed in there and into it. It's tough when you play extreme metal too because it's a smaller crowd for that anyways. But these at that show with the Flying V, these kids are there for the music, they're there for the fun, they're there for a good time, whereas the 21 plus, you're kind of there for the bar. That's how it was for me when I was drinking and whatnot. So
yeah,
it's tough and it's kind of depressing when you're like, man, what do we do now? But we just keep on going, just play as many shows as we can and just try to get people to pay attention. But it's tougher the older we get.
It's an interesting change of the model too, right? Because the typical bar equation is you bring people in so they buy liquor.
Yep.
People buy liquor, I bring your band back and pay you again because you did a great job for me. But the Flying V, there's no liquor there.
Nope.
It's just a straight edge place. And so all these kids are there just because they really actually love
the music,
live music, and they want to get in there and jump around, and it's their release.
It is. And if it's not the music, it's, the camaraderie, or what's the word I'm looking for? The
camaraderie. Yeah.
Camaraderie. Yeah. Bringing the people together. Like, no matter what the reason is, it's a good, positive reason for these kids to do it.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I'm not going to fucking support that, man. It's awesome. Like, it's cool to see. Like, my daughter's that age where she's starting to dip her toe in the water of shows and stuff like that. She's a little bit more antisocial than I am. So, I took her to her first, rock concert, which was Ghost. We both found a love in that band.
Nice.
And she's seen me play once at an all ages show, 8 years ago. So this is a long time ago, But, I just want a scene around, no matter where she's at, where she can go and hang out with those kind of kids that are like us, the artistic kids that kind of got picked on in high school. This is our outlet now because we do not, we're not out there playing football or baseball or anything like that. We're trying to make a difference in art, whether it be, drawing, whatever, or playing music. So
that's pretty cool, man.
I love
it.
So
tell me a little bit about your connection with Flying V, because I think when you and I started talking, I don't know how Flying V even came up in our conversation together, but it sounds like you make guitars, right? And you donated some, or you just refurbished guitars?
So
tell me that story.
Years and years and years ago, I started this idea called Make A Riff, where I gathered money, through GoFundMe's and stuff like that, and whatever, and I gathered $10,000 and I bought 10 guitars, 10 amps, everything you need to start playing, and then 3 months of lessons for 10 kids. And it was kind of a trial thing. It was tough to kind of keep up with it because everyone wanted to get involved after the first run, and at one point there was 3 or 4 other people involved. When it first started, it was just me doing it, and it was fun. And then with other people involved trying to change how it was, they're like, well, we should do this for drummers. We should do this for bass players. I'm like, well, do your own. I'm a guitar player. So so with that, we started that in 2015. And now the last guitar I gave away was through a donation, and then I donated it to the Flying V, because I heard they started doing that or they have been doing that stuff. So when I moved here, I've given away a couple guitars, but it's a lot more difficult because I'm not super well known around here, so I can't just walk up to a kid and be like, "Hey, you want a free guitar?" Because it's creepy, But because I've tried with going on Facebook, like, hey, this was donated to me, I fixed it up. Who needs something? Who needs a guitar? And people are like, well, I'll buy it from you. I'm like, I'm not selling it. I'm trying to give it to someone that needs it. That's always the point, because there's always a kid out there that could use better gear or their first guitar or whatever. So all in all, up until the last one I donated, I think that was guitar number 17 or 18, which isn't huge numbers, but for me, it's huge.
That's big, man.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. And then I found out the Flying V was doing that stuff. And so I'm just going to start donating some stuff to there, because they have the kids there that need it and the kids there that are looking to use them. So,
Right.
hell yeah.
Right. Awesome, man. Yeah, so that had to be kind of difficult to manage all the way out in Waverly, yeah?
It's, well, so.
Or do you have a lot of kids in your area specifically?
No,
in the
this is back
beginning?
in the Fargo days.
This is Fargo days.
This is Fargo days, yep.
Okay.
So, like, there was probably about 15 guitars from when I started in 2015 to when I moved up here in 2021. And then, like, 3 or 4 guitars from when I lived here in the Minneapolis surrounding area.
Okay.
It's a lot more difficult now. Like I said, it's work and all that. Just being an adult, it's so much work to, like, try to make that concept work when you don't have, like, you can't make it your full-time job. You know, at one point I was like, oh, is this a possibility we can, do this, make it sustainable forever? And, with a lot of hard work, it might have worked, but it was just too much for me. Like, it's a pain in the ass. And there's a lot of, you'd think doing some sort of charity work would always be, like, uplifting and whatnot, but you run into a lot of horrible people. Dude, fucking, when I first started, when I put out the initial call of, like, all right, I need to find 10 kids for these 10 guitars, I had to go through hundreds of emails, and people were mad because that's all they got. They're like, that's just stupid. Why would I want that? Like, well, this obviously isn't for you. And there were dozens of people like that, dude. So it, like, really takes away the thought of it.
The right energy.
Yeah. People just mad because I want more. Well, cool. Go fucking get it yourself then. But there was enough people to make it sustainable where I'd got some, like, heartbreaking stories. And so I'm like, all right, this you're getting everything as much as I can give you,
Can you share one?
Yeah. The first guitar I gave away actually was one of my own personal Paul Reed Smiths. Real nice guitar for a kid who's never played one before. And his grandma had hit me up because his grandma knew me from playing in the Fargo bar scene. And she heard I was doing this, and she hit me up, and she's like, his dad had just killed himself. I'm like, oh shit. So he had an interest in music, but it's kind of like a really somber time now. And so I was like, yeah, I can relate to depression. I can relate to all that stuff. And my dad was my hero growing up. So I'm going to make everything I can happen to make this work out. And everyone was awesome with it. The mom was especially happy. Still keep in touch with them to this day, actually. And they're still playing. But yeah, it was real, like, they tugged at the heartstrings quite a bit.
For sure.
And because at that time he was, what, 9 when he got that, so he's getting, like, this $1,000 guitar. Like, and he had no idea about it, too, and he's just like, what's going on? I'm like, this is what's happening, bud. And then, sent him off to lessons and whatnot, and it was great to see. And just, like, to be able to get those stories still coming back to me, like, oh, he's still playing, is awesome. Because I didn't want to, like, overshadow the whole thing and be like, okay, I'm going to follow your process, your progress. Here's your stuff. I'm going to back off. If you stick with it, awesome. If you don't, just give it to someone else that will. That was the kind of the thing. And so far, out of a lot of those kids, him and 2 others have hit me up, and they've still been playing in the last 10 years. So I actually went to a guitar recital 2 years ago of one of the Make A Riff kids I had in Fargo, which is pretty awesome to see. So,
Yeah, what a blessing it is. And when I was a kid, right, to look around and see other kids around me, this was definitely not me, that kind of pick something that they loved at an early age and to stick with it for 10 years. I mean, for a kid to stick with something for 10 years,
It's amazing.
That's something in itself, really. Because I was like, I joined the military when I got out of high school because I had no fucking clue what the hell I wanted to do with myself, right? I just wanted to do something for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the easiest path to say, hey, I'm picking myself up by my own, coattails and getting out and doing something.
There you go.
But yeah, it took me a couple of years from there to kind of figure out I'm still figuring out what I want to be when I grow up. I'm 46 years old now, right? But
Dude, that's how it is. Same. I was lucky enough. I'm not sure if it's luck or whatnot, to be honest. But when I was 5, I knew I wanted to play guitar. When I was 7, Def Leppard dropped the greatest rock album of all time, Hysteria, and I fell in love with it. And I begged my dad, I'm like, I just want a guitar, and
I have to play those songs.
went out and he bought me a nylon string acoustic. I didn't know what I was doing, but I went to Catholic school at the time too, and they actually had guitar lessons every Tuesday and Thursday. So I started when I was 7, and then by the time I was 10, I was taking personal lessons outside of school as well, and coming back and teaching my teacher stuff that I'm learning. So kind of taking over the class at 10 years old.
Wow.
And I've not turned back once. I love guitar. Everything. It's my life. If you know me, it's probably because of guitar or saying something dumb on Facebook, but more than likely it's guitar related.
Or something dumb about a guitar.
Something dumb about guitars. Something dumb about other guitarists. But and like to kind of go back with the whole Make A Riff thing and involving my dad in that. My dad was always my hero. My dad was my number one supporter of music. So like I said, with that nylon string guitar when I was 7 years old, fast forward to when I was 13, he bought me my first Ibanez USA Custom, which was like a $1,500 guitar. And in 1993, that's like a $7,000 guitar now.
Right.
So like that's how serious he's like, you're taking this serious. Let's go all the way.
That's awesome.
And he would help me with gear all the time. And just my number one supporter was great. So I kind of wanted to do that for people that didn't have that option, because it's expensive to want to be a musician.
Sure.
It's the worst financial decision you're ever going to make in your life.
Never going to pay itself back.
Nope. 40
Unless you're one in a million.
And still, like, I know people that are like touring the world that still can barely pay their rent.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, because we do it because we love it. We don't do it because there's money. And anyone that says they are going to try to make money at it, more power to you. But like realistically, you're not going to do what you love in this game and make money. You know, like for a person like me being a guitarist, if I want to become like a session guitarist or like something like that, I wouldn't have fun doing that. I want to play black metal and death metal, and there's no money in that. So it's all for the love of it, you know. But it's all I want to do in life is just play, man.
Well, I mean, that's pretty cool too. Just to kind of know what you want to do early on, and then to have that support system in place to really get you through it. And that's just awesome, man. That you're saying you saw that, you had that benefit, you had that blessing, and you're saying I want to turn around and be able to do that for kids out there as well.
It was the greatest way to, because my father passed in 2015. It was the greatest way to keep his memory going for me.
So this all kind of came about at the same time.
Yep, I was
2015, huh?
I was just lost, depressed, and really like addiction hit hard at that point, and I needed to find something to kind of like lead me on the right path, and it did. It didn't cure everything it needed to, but it got, you know, the kind of start of like, all right, let's start thinking about other people more than yourself, you know. And that's kind of how I always am. I really, as much as I make like a jackass out of myself on stage or on Facebook, I'm really a quiet and humble guy. Like I don't partake in the who's the fastest, best guitarist or who's the coolest, whatever. It's like I just the only person I'm trying to be better than musically and everything in life is me. That's the only person I'm up against is myself.
Sure.
So, and I always try to teach that to my students, because I'll also teach guitar at the Shred Den. It's you got to be humble when it comes to playing, because I think you'll understand when I say there's some people that may be fantastic musicians that you've probably met, and they're the worst people in the world to work with. We've all dealt with those people.
Yeah.
That their talent overrides like their ability to function with other human beings. Like I know a dude who can play like Malmsteen riffs off his fucking just like crazy shit like that. Just make them up, but it's so hard to work with. So I mean, you got to be humble in this game.
Yes,
it's not a rock star thing, man. Fucking, it's ridiculous when you meet those kind of people and then they actually believe like that's how it is playing like local shows. Like, whoa, where's my green room? I thought we're supposed to get all this and this. It's like, bro, they gave us a place to play, and if you got like $100 to share between the 5 of your band members, you're fucking doing good.
Good night tonight. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's kind of funny.
So tell me, we talked a little bit about kind of early and how you got inspired, you know, to get into playing guitar and stuff like that. But, you know, I think when you and I first started talking, I was actually inviting a band that you were recently in.
Yes.
And then that's how we got connected again. Because we got connected initially because we were trying to talk about doing, I think, a jam during COVID over the internet or something, which never materialized, but no big deal. But I tried to get that going with too many people at the same time.
It was a wild time.
Yeah, it was a wild time in all of our lives. But you know, tell me about, you know, from that time period, I guess when we first met. Tell me about some band stuff you've been doing, man.
So I think the band you're discussing was Die Hardcore. Am I correct? Yep. So
who actually just got recommended by a band that came in on Saturday again.
Okay.
Slag came in.
Oh yeah, Slag's awesome.
Yeah,
those guys rip.
So all those guys came in. They were fun.
So Die Hardcore, that was a fun project. Rob Carlson, Josh Kellerman, Aaron Littleman didn't pronounce his name wrong. Jay from Die Ghost. All of us got together and we're playing just like this, like this broken down thrash, punk music, stuff that we normally don't play. Because like Rob and I are like death and black metal. Well, I'm more black metal and Rob's death metal. But him and I have been playing guitar in bands since I moved here. Like literally the first person I saw when I moved to Minneapolis was Rob. I pulled up to his place in my U-Haul and I was like, hey, 1, can I have a job? And 2, what are we doing band-wise? And I joined Glutton for Punishment that day.
Nice.
But so like anytime Rob would have an idea of some music stuff, he'd hit me up and be like, hey, you want to try this out? I'm like, sure, why not? And I'm really proud of the stuff we did with Die Hardcore. But after I had a little bit of life happen to me and went to rehab, I had to take down a few notches of what I was doing musically just to not bring myself back to where I...
Understood, yeah.
Yep. And it sucks that I had to walk away from it, but it was the band that wasn't doing as much as the other 2 bands. I was in 4 bands at the time. So Rip Snorter I stopped, but we haven't really done anything in like 4 years. Die Hardcore I had to walk away from, and they all understood. They were all super cool about it. So now it's just Apothic and Glutton for Punishment. But I love the Die Hardcore guys, and the dude they got to replace me, I don't know his name, but he's fucking awesome. They're ripping it up. Super proud to be a part of that whole thing, and it was actually one of the first bands that the album that we recorded got pressed to vinyl, and I've never had that happen before, so that was kind of neat. But then it's like, oh, I'm out of the band now. Here it is. But
Still put it on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's artwork now. But besides that, which I'm not in right now, the 2 bands I am in, Glutton for Punishment, Minneapolis Death Metal, and Apothic, Minneapolis Black Death Metal. And those are all original. Both those bands right now, we're in the writing process. We're going to be releasing a new full-length Glutton album here in the next 6 months or so, I think. I think we have some studio time set up in like March or May. No, it's May, yeah. So we're going to do like 10 tracks, I believe. And it's just going to be heavy as fuck. Each album we want to do a little bit better than the next one. So we did an EP about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Now we're trying to outdo that with, I mean, they've done a bunch of albums before I even started, but we're just trying to be the best we can be with that. And Apothic, we are releasing a single this weekend, or this Friday. We released an album like 2 years ago, and we've kind of been quiet since then. So we went in the studio, recorded a single and a video. So that's going to be dropping this Friday at like midnight, I believe. And pretty excited about that too. And then we're still writing for that. I think I have 4 or 5 songs for the new album. And we're trying to do 10 as well. So
Nice.
but yeah, it's all extreme metal for me. That's what I like to do these days. So
All extreme all the time.
hell yeah.
So what studio do you guys like to use?
Well, Will at 1459 has been very gracious and helped us out on almost all our albums. All the Glutton albums, for sure. He did the first Apothic album, a couple singles for us as well. So for Glutton, we're going to be going back to Will. For Apothic, we went to Adam Tucker at Signature Tone for the single.
Okay.
Just to kind of try something different.
Yeah.
And-
It's funny because Slag went to Adam first, and now they're going to Will. So
Okay.
It's kind of...
It's
I like that because the Minnesota Music Note, I really want to get beyond just talking to musicians. I want to get different people like that. So
dude.
it's nice to be able to name drop. But Will is actually coming in. So
Will's amazing.
yeah.
Love Will.
I've never
Love
met him, but again, like
Okay.
you, I've known him through the internet. We've kind of like chatted a couple times. So
I just did
Rock and roll.
a Gear Talk YouTube video with him that's going to be dropping here in the next month or so.
oh yeah,
So
nice.
Will's always been great. Adam was great to work with. That's the thing. Like those two guys are like the go-to for anything rock, metal, the stuff that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
I'm sure they record other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But they're fantastic with those two. And it's just like they both have a really good vibe too. Like if you had to tell me like who should I go to, I'm like fucking both, man. They're both awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, what you want to, whatever you go with your gut with them, but they're both amazing.
Awesome.
Like I could not be happier with the stuff they've given us. So
Now, how about who's shooting your music videos?
that was also Adam Tucker. We just did like a live playthrough,
Okay.
which was very unnerving because when you're trying, anytime I've seen like those playthrough videos before, I thought I was like, you're going to lip sync it to or mime it to what's already been recorded. But no, he's recording you laying down that track. So he's got a camera like floating around you and you're just like, God damn it, man. But we made it through and it was cool and it's badass, man.
Nice.
Pretty excited for that.
Nice.
We're with Apothic. We're just trying to we're coming into our own now. The first album was like kind of a trial run of what we want to do musically. And now we're taking like bits of that and then other influences to really get into it. And this new song that we just released or will release on Friday is kind of like the direction we're going to be going, which is a little bit more darker, a little bit more thrashy, a little bit more evil. So I'm really happy about it, really excited about it.
It's funny. Like it's gonna be dark and thrashy and evil. I'm really excited about it.
Like I told you, man.
No, I love that. Like metalheads are some of the friendliest people in the world, man.
Dude,
We get it out through our music, so we don't need to be unfriendly for the rest of it.
Like I said, you see me on stage playing like black pointy guitars, fucking inverted crosses, pentagrams, all that. Then when I'm home, it's just me cuddling with my dogs, watching Letterkenny, just being a goof. So, I mean, like, it is how it is, man. Like, I am what I am. I love just being a goofball, and I love getting on me. There's something about extreme music that just makes you happy.
I love it.
Like it's the greatest thing in the world to me. It's funny because like some of my other friends don't like the same music as me, and they play like I said, the folk music or stuff like that. When we discuss like what makes us feel good, like they'll like play me something and I'll play them something, and it's complete opposite to like, oh, that just drives me crazy. Like if you pull out an acoustic guitar and a capo, I'm just gonna I'm out. Sorry, but and they feel the same way when it's like,
Seen enough of this, huh?
Yep, we're good. But like I said, you always support different friends and whatnot, and it's cool to just like I said, be able to vent your frustrations and your creativity through music. Like no matter what, it's the best feeling in the world.
Well, I don't know where it's gonna go, but I love what you did with the guitars, and
Yep.
if you start doing something like that again, and you don't have to. I'm here to be a part of it in some way.
Oh yeah.
How that materializes, who knows? Who cares? We've got lots of cameras, got space, etc.
We'll have to work
across the
something
street
out.
from the Flying V, and I want to do something with them too. So just basically, as your brain starts to work again, and you start to get inspired with something, let's do something, man.
I'm all about it, dude.
Yeah, I definitely. So there's this thing called Podcastathon, which is like there's like thousands of YouTuber or podcasters across the world have been gathered by this organization, and they do a podcast in the benefit of a nonprofit. And I'm actually going to do that with the Flying V. So I want to do a podcast at their space to talk about what they're up to. But then,
100%.
I would, I don't know where to take it yet, but I want to take it even further. Like, what more can we do for that organization over there, for Mama V, for, really giving back so much to the community? And
if I were to just give an idea, get the word out like a month or two beforehand and see how many donations of guitars you can get sent your way. And if you can like just walk in there, like even if it's just 1 or 5 or 10, however many. I mean, if you want to work with me on this one, we could do it together. Get those instruments. I will get them in tip-top shape and ready to donate. All polished up, restrung, set up, all that stuff. And
that sounds cool, man. Yeah, why not? And then make it more than just a podcast. Make it an event,
Yeah. Have a show, do whatever.
Yeah, have a show.
We're just spitballing here, but yeah, let me know. I mean, because I have absolutely no issues with trying to get as much gear out there as possible.
That's cool.
It's the greatest thing. And it's so fulfilling, too.
I dig it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, so I always wrap these up the same question for everybody. Who should be next on the show? Who do you recommend? Could be a band, could be
Well, you're going to be having Will in here, and you're working on Die Hardcore. Those are 2 big ones. I'd say yes. God, that's a tough one. There's a bunch of great bands around here. Inhuman Scourge, Courier, Raven, Wolf Mask. There's so many good bands that I'll give you a list. Like I'll just send you a list.
That's fine. Yeah, shoot me a list afterwards,
but those ones especially,
I'll work my way through.
But
even like I said, other people that are related to the music industry that are not necessarily like the first thought, not necessarily like the band that you play with on the weekend, but just like Wills or the different people out there. Like, you don't have to give me anything now. Just, As you're thinking through that, like, what would be really interesting? This dude does a little digital magazine or whatever about.
There's some really good promoters too that I'd like to get in touch with you to get their word out as well.
Cool.
But yeah, definitely, dude. I'll send you some shit because there's some really good people around here. And like I said, it's cool to have like know of not just one genre of folks, like as many as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're all here for the same reason. We just want to get our shit heard, man.
Yeah. And get out there and have a good time, right?
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
Seriously,
this has been
awesome.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Hell yeah.
Hey there, Minnesota music family. If I haven't personally reached out to you yet, consider this your 100% official invitation to join me on the Minnesota Music Note. I'm Will McLeod, co-founder of the podcast crew here in beautiful Robbinsdale, host of the show, and the guy behind the kit for the band Hits and the Misses. I started this podcast because I want to get to know the people who make our scene tick. Whether you're fronting a band, spinning hip-hop, running sound, booking shows, running shows, or teaching the next generation of talent, your story belongs here. We've had everyone from videographers to festival organizers on the mic, and we're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're playing arenas or just making magic in your basement. If you're part of the Minnesota music community, I want to chat. Slide into my DMs or hit the email below, and let's hang out and talk shop.